Hey guys, statistically the most popular time of year to put on excess body fat is around the Christmas holidays. The reason why it's the most popular time of year to put on excess body fat is because during the holiday seasons it's a festive time of year, it's colder outside, and we're really not that concerned or as concerned about putting on the extra body fat. There are 5 foods that I want to talk to you about to avoid during the Christmas holidays. People put on a huge amount of weight during this time because it's a festive time of year. It's a time of feasting. It's a time of enjoying family. It's a time of relaxing. It's a time of watching football on TV. It's a time of just being joyous and not really being that conscious about your weight. But for those of you that are watching this video, it's going to be different for you this year because I'm going to help you to be conscious of it. There are 5 foods that I want you to avoid. This is a challenge, and most of you love a challenge. So I'm going to challenge you to avoid these 5 popular foods during this time of year. Number 1 is this one. Candy. Candy is something that we have in the candy dishes, not only at work but at home, and as people come over, you know, they feel very free to reach in that candy bowl and grab the candy. Avoid it. So every time you see that candy dish, remember this video and say, you know what, I'm going to avoid that because that could end up a couple of pounds that I have to get rid of later on this year. Okay, the next one. Now this is actually the culprit. Sugar. Avoid that white sugar that's been bleached and that's high on the glycemic scale. This, even though it's not fat, it creates excessive amounts of extra body fat. So avoid that white sugar. Now we're going to get into some things that are harder. Now those 2, you can say, you know what, I can probably do that. But you know, when you're sitting at home, you're watching that game, and you have the dips and chip that's hanging around, and you just kind of graze and you just keep eating it, and all of a sudden you say, man, my stomach is full, my stomach is tight, I haven't eaten. Well, you've been grazing and you've been eating something that is very, very fattening. Now you look at the chips, this is extremely fattening. There's no fiber in this, there's no protein, and there's no fat. I mean, you know, there's not very much fat, but mainly a tremendous amount of fat-causing chemicals as well as calories. We'll move on. You know how you are. Gotta have your dip with those chips. And again, very, very fattening. So let's try to move away from this also. Now, I've talked to you about some things that you know, we could have a heart-to-heart about and all of that, and I might even get away with it. But this is one that I might not do so good on, and that's this one. Bud Light. Some of you are laughing, and some of you are actually angry, probably saying curse words and everything, because you love this stuff. But do you know how many of you have beer bellies? Why do you think they call it beer belly? Because beer will give you a belly. So drink lots of this and it'll increase the size of your belly. Unless you're one that works out extremely, extremely hard and you have a high metabolism, you may be able to get away with it, but still not the healthiest thing for you. Now, that's Bud Light. And the reason why they do that, they say Bud Light to make you feel good about drinking beer. But it's really strange that they have some information on the beer that the Surgeon General had to say. Let me read it to you. Government warning. According to the Surgeon General, women should not drink alcohol beverages during pregnancy because the risk of birth defects. Number 2, consumption of alcohol beverages impairs your ability to drive a car or operate machinery and may cause health problems. This is what the Attorney General says, and they were forced to put this on, the government forced them to put this on there. Now, Alcohol sugar is the highest on the glycemic scale. It's actually a different type of carbohydrate. Alcohol sugar has actually 7 calories to the gram, when regular carbohydrates only have 4. So this is filled with alcohol sugar, and it's actually the highest on the glycemic scale. So not the healthiest drink for you, not the safest drink for you, because it can cause accidents, it impairs your thought process. And I know I'll get a lot of flack for this, but I don't drink it. I don't drink alcohol at all. So it's easy for me to stay away from it. But listen, even though you don't like the video because it's like, I punched you in the rib, you know it's good content. So give me a thumbs up. Not only that, but subscribe and get other people involved, because I'm going to tell you the truth. God bless you until next time. What you want?